What's going on, guys, and welcome back to a brand new video. This is Web Dev Journey, and today we're going to finish off our passport authentication, meaning that we're going to create a login and then log out, and then making some routes private. I guess you could say private, okay, or where they won't be able to access it if they're not logged in. All right. First of all, let's actually start off with our what's it called? Our login page, because we don't even have one right now. If I actually go to, if I actually go to localhost 3000 and try to go to the login page, we're going to get an error because we don't even have a route for that. So let's set that up. So right above router.get, and then what do we want to get? Well, we want to grab the login page. So login with our rec res, and then simply just res.render, and already have a page for that, and that's inside of users/login. You could take a look right here in our layout, in our views, users, login right here. We already have it. See right there. We also need to create a post route for our, when they actually hit that submit button, we want to authenticate them using passport on this route. Okay, so let's do that right now as well. So right above that, what I'm gonna do is router.post, and it's going to be the same thing /login. And before we actually move on, we do need to incorporate passport, which I already did. Const passport require passport, because we're going to be using passport to authenticate this. All right. So what we want to do once you actually have that, right here is passport dot authenticate, and it takes in two arguments. The first one being, what strategy are you using? As you can see right there, the strategy, and then our callback. So the strategy that we're using is called local. And then our callback, which it comes back as if it was successful or with a failure. So we could actually do two properties right here. Success redirect, meaning that if it comes back as a successful thing, everything's all great, we want to redirect them to the /. If there's a failure, redirect. If something comes back with an error, we want to redirect them to the /users/login, to the login page basically, but I want to add a query. Error equals to true. Now the reason why I want to add that is because in our login page, in our users, I'm actually checking if, hey, is there an error property? If there is, then we want to say invalid username or password. So now that we have that, I do need to go in here once we render it and then add that little error as well. So error, we're gonna we're gonna set that equal to rec dot query dot whatever you named it, which we named it error, and that's it. Let's see if this is actually working. Let's go over here, refresh the page, and our login's working great. Now let's try to log in. I'm actually logging in with the login that we created, which was WDJ, and our password, login, and great, we actually logged in. As you can see, I'm actually logged in as WDJ, and that's pretty awesome. Now, next up is actually doing a logout button. Okay, I don't have that set up yet, and that logout button just goes to /users/logout. So all we need to do here, and logout is actually very, very easy. Router.get /logout. We're gonna have a rec res, and the reason I say it's easy is because with passport, it automatically gives you a method called logout, and that method is attached to the rec object. So all I have to do is call rec.logout. There it is right there, logout, and that's it. Now we want to return res.redirect. That's direct. Okay, we want to redirect to the home page. That's it. That's it. That was super simple, wasn't it? Let me actually add semicolon. All right, now let's go over here. Refresh the page just to make sure we're still logged in. We are. Let's log out. And as you can see, we're logged out because I don't have my account name right here no more. So that's pretty cool, right? Now let's try to make our routes kind of private. The reason why I say private is because let's say we log in, right? Let me actually log in, back in. Okay, now if I go to WDJ and then my account, you're gonna see that, hey, we have our username called WDJ, we got the email called WDJ email, and we got some basic stuff, right? Not that you're like wow factor, right? So I'm just copying this link right here and I'm gonna log out. Okay, logging out. Now I'm not logged out. I mean, I'm not logged in. So what I'm gonna do is paste that right here. So I'm going to the user's account, hit enter, and we get this error message, which is correct because we're not logged in, right? But the thing is, I don't want there to be a error page. Well, I do, but not this. Okay, so that's what we're going to try to do. So let's go back in our code, and inside the log or the account, the account middleware or the actual route for account, we want to create a middleware right here. Okay, now try to not freak out what happens next because this might be a little bit confusing with some people. Okay, our middleware, like over here in our app.js, just comes in the form as a function, right? It comes in, this is a middleware. We're using a middleware here. So every route has this right there, right in the middle between once they try to get inside, and then the middleware happens, and then whatever happens next, which in this case redirects them to the user's account, right? Or renders out user's account, right? That's the middleware right here. And all a middleware is a function. So we're going to be doing it two ways, so that way you can see how it actually works. We're actually going to be building a function in function right here. So we're going to do an comma right there. Don't freak out. So rec, res, and then next, like you've always been doing with middlewares, right? And what we're going to be doing is adding a arrow function. And there you go. That's our middleware. We could put this in a named object if you want, or a named function if you want to, but I'm just showing you how to do it if you just want to staple it in here and not worry about it no more. Because this is the only route where we're going to be doing this anyways. So right here, I'm going to say if rec.user, we want to return next. Next, meaning that it's going to go on and go to this part of it and render out our user's account. Now, that's only if there is a res, or not res, user is attached in rec, rec.user. That's only if there is a user in the rec object. Now, if there isn't, what we want to do is return res.status. I want to set up my status to 401, and then we just want to end the response. We just want to end it right there and then. So now, if you control save this, go back to our page, refresh the page, we're going to get this, which is a bit nicer than what we've done before. Now, you could do whatever you want. You could render out a page that says 401, whatever you want. Okay, I'm just doing it simple, just like this. Now, that was one way of doing what a middleware. Like I said, you could just build the function inside of that little space right there. Or you could actually do a named function, which we're going to be doing for our logged in. If they're logged in, we just want to, straight ahead render or redirect them to the account page. Okay, so I'm gonna actually create a function right above here outside the module.exports. So function, I'm gonna call this redirect if logged in. And a middleware, it's rec, res, and then a next, so that way it can move on to the next thing that comes up. And all I want to do here is say if rec.user, if there is a rec.user, then what we want to do is return res.redirect. We want to redirect them to /users/account. Okay. Return next. And if there isn't a user, then I just want to just go on to the next thing, whatever the next thing will be. Okay. So we're going to be using this middleware is inside the login right here /login, because once they log in, I just want them to go to the account page, right? So if they're logged in, awesome, go to the account page. So what I'm gonna do is redirect if logged in. That's our middleware, and then there we go. That's our middleware, right? And the other place where we want to do it is right when they register, right here, our registration. So once they register, if they try to go to /registration, but they're already logged in, then all I want to do is send them to their account. So right here, I'm going to use that redirect if logged in, and just redirect them to their account. Let me actually make this a little bit nicer so that way you can see what's going on. What is it? Okay, there you go. So that way you can see what's going on. Okay. So this one actually makes sense. Okay, so once they logged in, if they're already logged in, then they should just straight away go to our where is it at? Our users account, the account page, right? If they're logged in already, there's no need for them to go to the login form again, right? They just go straight to the account. Now, if they go to /registration, same thing here. If they're already logged in, then just redirect them to the account. And let's try this out, okay? So let me actually go to, and I think I have to log in again. So log in, and then password. All right. So if I go to users/registration, I don't want to register already because I'm already logged in. So what should happen is /users/ oh God, what happened? /users users/registration. Ooh, right there. Just delete these things. All right, you see that? If I was logged in, I go straight to the account. So if I go to /login, which I'm already logged in, I should just go to the account, which is true. Awesome. Now we created somewhat of a private route, but you can see how easy it is to actually create private routes, right? You just need to check if there is an actual rec.user object inside of the rec request. And if there is, that means that a user is actually logged in. So let's just put them wherever they need to go. If they're not, then just redirect them to wherever they need to be redirected. That was it for this video, guys. I hope you learned a little bit about Passport and making routes private, I guess. And thank you guys for spending your time watching my videos. I really do appreciate that, guys. And I will see you in the next video where we're going to actually start handling our file uploads, okay? And to process images, sorry. It's going to be a lot of fun because not a lot of people, I don't see that many people on YouTube actually explaining this or how to actually do it. But thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.